video of the Global Sustainable Enterprise System venue and event module. We're now logged into the system. If you go to the left to the menu and you go straight to events, you can click on it. Then you see two sub-menus open up: the Net Positive dashboard and the event dashboard. The Net Positive dashboard, if you click on it, you deep dive into the venue dashboard. The name of the dashboard you can pick yourself. So now it's called Net Positive, but it either can also be a Net Zero dashboard, for example. Here you see all the achievements of the venue that are rated and verified on all ESG topics. So here, as the practice case, we use the Johan Cruyff Arena. You see here a 0 to 100% score, also translated into C to AAA, and a planet metric for easy, understandable communication. This overall score is based on the Global Sustainable Venue benchmark. Here you see we measure on CSR, on circular economy, on CO2, on sustainable procurement, on health and safety, on biodiversity, and in this case on the sector-specific Global Sustainable Venue benchmark for suppliers and events. If you click on a pillar, the pillar will open and explain to you where it's about, in this case corporate social responsibility based on the ISO 26000 guidelines. You see here a button with report. If you click on the report, you will deep dive into the CSR report and verification report of the Johan Cruyff Arena. In the first column, you see the questions and options and the KPIs that you can achieve in the system based on the ISO 26000 benchmark. Then here you see the answers that the Johan Cruyff Arena is covering already. And then here at the contact side, you will see how they are audited and how the KPIs are covered. This can be either by already achieved certificates and eco-labels, like here the Green Key Gold certification, and also by filling out the questionnaires and assessments in the platform of GSES. So per pillar you can actually fill out this assessment. If you don't have any certificates yet, then you can upload the evidence and then you can get verified so that you can publish your reports in this way and also see your overarching efforts and scores on sustainability topics. If we go to the top, at the right side you see of course a logo and an image that can be customized. You see the carbon footprint of the Johan Cruyff Arena for scope 1 and 2, as scope 3 is no data available yet. And then if you scroll down, we deep dive into the events. So here at events you can click on Coldplay, which was the first event we actually measured and verified with this platform and based on these standards. We will deep dive into the event dashboard a little bit later. So here you see the verification and certifications of the Johan Cruyff Arena powered by Audit Independent. That's an independent audit platform that connects all the certification institutions we work with and all the independent auditors with our clients. So here you see that the Arena has Green Key Gold certification and also did the CO2 desk audit, the CSR desk audit, and the health and safety desk audit in the GSES system. By answering the assessments, uploading evidence, and getting verified by independent certification institutions. So here below you see the supported SDGs that the Johan Cruyff Arena is covering as a venue. Here you see the average score on the same pillars that the Johan Cruyff Arena measures themselves for their suppliers. So you see the average scores of the supply chain. And down below at the right side you see the CSRD blueprint. From 2024, the Johan Cruyff Arena will also display the CSRD efforts and verification on this same dashboard. Then you can go to the event dashboard in the menu, or you can choose to click on the events selected at the scorecard. So here you see the dashboard of Coldplay. You see where is the event happening, which event is it, and which sustainability efforts do the artists make. For example, here, the renewable energy, the energy neutral, kinetic dance floors, green batteries, green transport, etc. Again, you see here the sustainable venue benchmark of the venue itself, based on the Johan Cruyff Arena in this case. And then here at the left, you see a carbon footprint budget. So you can budget basically the event's footprint and CO2 footprint. So here you see the outcomes of the carbon footprint dashboard, and you can switch basically from the budget to post-event. You here see that the supply chain of the event also shows the average ratings, which are different from the venue's supply chain in total, because this is really related to the event. Here you also can display verification information details, and you see this artist's sustainability impact. So if you click here on a symbol, it will open up a pop-up, and then you see exactly what are the targets and the impact that the artist wants to make with this series of events that they are entertaining. Down below you also see the transport overview of Coldplay. This is the transport overview 2016 versus 2023 as Coldplay performed before in the Johan Cruyff Arena. So to show to the artists but also to the public that they are meeting the sustainable requirements from the rider and Coldplay impact wishes, the arena actually shows here that they really are meeting the requirements and verifying it in total. So again, what we did now with the arena is we basically created two modules that can be used by any venue globally to measure their own impact, but also the ones from their suppliers and their events. If a venue measured their suppliers, you have basically access to a supply chain dashboard. Here you see the dashboard filled with dummy data. Here you see how many suppliers do you have and what is the average rating of the suppliers at this point. You can add suppliers just from the database, as there's a very big database in GSES, or you can just import them at the same time and invite them to participate in the platform and add their data. You see what is the average score per pillar. You see which SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, are supported by the supply chain. You also see how are they audited, where are they located, and what is the top of your suppliers. Then you could do supplier management, where you can put your suppliers into categories. And if you do that, you can monitor the suppliers based on how they perform in a category and compete within categories, how impactful they really are. If you're working with your suppliers on this dashboard, you can basically invite suppliers to join the platform on organizational level, to upload data and to do and perform assessments on the different sustainability topics, but also on law and legislation and extra topics on the organizational level. You can do the same, or at the same time, you can do it at the product level. So here you can also require a supplier to upload an LCA or a REACH compliance control, or a META standard in the form of they upload the certifications that are achieved already by the product that they're buying. In that case, you get a lot of insight as well on organizational level as on product level. So here you're very easy selecting a supplier rating. You can put a note for our onboarding department and a note for the supplier, including a deadline when they must be done with inserting the data. And you can really easily invite them per individual or in bulk. At the same time, if a supplier is invited, they can really access their ESG scorecard. In this case, you see the example of the arena. And the ESG scorecard is having the same metrics as the venue scorecard, but then it's set for suppliers that are itself no venues. So here you see again the House of Sustainability. It works the same. You click on a pillar, you deep dive into the report, and you see exactly how an organization is measured, how they're doing in the full scope of sustainability topics. Below you see here also the progress, and you can set targets for the future and describe how you're going to achieve that targets and monitor those. That's also an execution you can do together with your supplier. You have an industry benchmark where you see if the supplier or organization you're measuring or checking out is rated above or below industry average. You see again the supported sustainable development goals and the certifications. Then the supplier can create their carbon dashboard of the organization, including measurements of scope 1, 2, 3 based on greenhouse gas protocol. And together with your suppliers or for your own organization, you can use the consultancy tool to help your supplier, which you then select and then use this tool for, or you want to measure your own organization or better your own organization, better said. So here you click for current rating. Then you see here the current rating of your own organization, in this case, appear. Here you can select the year for what the target is set. And for example, you want to grow, you change the percentages, and then immediately you can click for consultancy, where you then see what exactly you need to do or which certificates you can achieve or which assessment KPIs you can enter in the platform and measure are basically here. So this is your automated consultancy tool. Here you can save the targets and describe how you are going to do that and how you are going to monitor and make sure you're getting your targets. And then your targets will appear again on your SDG scorecard, ESG scorecard. So here you can see now targets appear in 2026. So you can click and see the targets in different variables, view them or set new targets. An organization can also create an SDG dashboard, where you outline the SDGs that are supported by the organization, and you can create a project wheel where you can actually add projects to your SDG dashboards, showing what projects you're doing, which SDGs are they related to, and you can actually map that as well. So here you can have an overview of your own SDG projects. So that data combined is used again on the own venue level, but also for the suppliers to measure and to report so that the venue in the end can comply with law and regulations. This platform and this system is also available for the financial sector, for example, for incentivizing the leisure and entertainment clients that they have, for example, with green loans. Then in the platform, if you are an organization, you have certificates, maybe, maybe not. If you have them, you go straight to the META standard. So you can register those certificates so you get rewarded for the KPIs you already have been verified on. If you don't have certifications, you go straight to assessments. On the assessment page, you can click on a pillar, you can start an assessment, and just answer the questions in the assessment. It are closed questions, and if there are KPIs already covered by uploaded certifications, you can see here which certificate is covering this KPI. After submitting this assessment, and it's maximum 13 questions per pillar with multiple options per KPI, then you go straight to the virtual safe. So here you can create your own virtual safe. That virtual safe is owned by you and only you can access it. That virtual safe you can drag and drop your data to prove you are really complying with the KPIs and the answers you provided us. After uploading, you share the virtual safe with your auditor and selected certification institutions via Audit Independent. After that, you request verification. Here you see that you can choose which pillars and which topics you want to have verified. You can click them and then you can basically select how you want to be audited. So this platform supports the desk audit based on the ISO 17029. We are covering the on-site audit on organizational level based on ISO 17021 and on product level based on ISO 17065. And we have an option to have an audit by an accountant, for example, schemes like SFRD and CSRD. You can insert here your preferred date for the audit and request an independent verification. After verification, the KPIs will be loaded that are compliant into your own or organization dashboard, ESG scorecard, if you're a supplier, or if you're a venue, it will be added as well to your net positive dashboard and your venue of sustainability house. So this is a short explanation of the venue and event module and procurement module and partly supplier module that we have on the Global Sustainable Enterprise System. We will thank you for your time, and if you need more information, don't hesitate to contact us directly.